All right, what are you thinking so far?
How beautiful it is. You know,
Yeah.
the sunshine and
See that?
the blue sky.
He's drunk on turkey already. This is Topkopi Palace. And the big deal here is these tulips that usually are out. There's going to be an aerial of it.
Area around 700,000 square meters. 700,000 square meters. It was used between the years 1470 and 1856. So, at that palace only 5 sultans lived. 5 sultans, the founders family, in other words, lived in Bursa and Nicaea. So all our 36 lived in this palace. All Ottoman
Al contrario, donde estaban los caballos del sultán. Hoy en día no hay nada de eso. Al lado es el harem, donde estaba la familia.
white and red colored brick, structure with 8 big domes on top.
This is a 24 karat gold plated, and they brought Italian artisans in to do the painting and stuff, because at one point the Muslims argued whether or not they should have idols and things like that in images of anybody but God. So one of the sultans decided to ban everything, and the way the sultans got around that was they brought in non-Muslims to do painting and art, and so you'll see the frescoes on it, the walls there. This is a kitchen area over here, all these chimneys, and each of these streets was a different meeting. This area over here, the white area, was for the harem, and harem isn't exactly what we think it is. It was sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of women with different skills, artisans and other things, and they were used to teach the sultan's kids as well as share his bed, and his mother was the one that chose who they came with. So this courtyard was brought for the people in the palace who went further, and there's courtyards beyond and beyond this. The kitchen area, there's a walkway over there, and that was where all the kitchen people walked. And if you accidentally walked into the wrong path, where you weren't supposed to be, I'm sure over near the harem especially, then your punishment was to leave your head here.
Not too many people know about it. Even myself, until my age 20, I didn't know that. So, folks,
This is a heck of a tree up here.
in the year 1584, mereka taruh sini Bapak Ibu bendera Kekaisaran Ottoman. Sebelah kiri Anda akan lihat Bapak Ibu petugas yang kontrol orang-orang. Kalau punya isi atau Tidak perlu, saya udah kasih tahu. Saya udah kasih tahu. Jawab. Are you hearing that, right?
You know, I just hold this thing and it goes off. They don't have a clue.
When I was in Italy, I had mine. They kept saying, put it down, put it down. Like, what the hell?
It's not a picture, it's a video. So here's the second courtyard. This is getting more restrictive and restrictive as we go along.
Cross-shaped, the dome in the center. That was my building. So sultans gave such a big importance for the knowledge. Unfortunately, through the religious corruption. So the major wealth for them was knowledge and wisdom. So that's why they kept a privilege library. But the basement level was used as a school of politics. So they made their own practitioners to be able to avoid corruption in the future. So, this side, the building was about.
Okay, over here is the Turkish bath.
It's very important. So, I like to make sure that each and every of you hear about this. After a certain age, I know that sometimes I talk too much. So if you feel that way, please just simply say, Levent, shut up. I will not feel offended. I will not. This is not any insulting. I know what it is. I also went a couple of tours and I know what you are feeling, right? So please do so. Otherwise, I don't have anything about the younger son of Süleyman the Magnificent, one of the first ineffectual sultans. So in other words, he was more interested with music, arts, and leisure time, luxury. In between us, he was one of the first gay sultans actually in Northern Ukraine. And he built a bath at this courtyard. All other baths in this is the only. And it was said that he used to have parties with men and women. All right. So in the Turkish bath, everywhere is marble, ground, ceiling, walls, everything.
And we're walking around the yard here. There's a display in there with the Sultan's clothes. This is the treasury over this direction. And there's a holy relic over in this area I'm going to try to find. And I think they claim that there's some pieces of part of Muhammad's footprint and things. They're not so sure about all of those, but they think the bones of St. John were brought by Constantine's wife here, and that they are fairly sure that those bones are John's, and they've been moved around different places. But you'll see there's a rug in here that they claim is Moses' rug, but the dates, I guess the carbon dating and stuff doesn't quite add up to it. So we'll take a look. Pretty cool place. So these are the holy relics. Is this the entrance down here?
Yes. Okay?
Yeah, she's sitting up by that, right outside the courtyard there. I did that at the airport. I ducked under one because there wasn't anybody in line.
Right.
And everybody else's first 3 people went around, and the rest of them said, how'd that guy get over there?
Skipping around.
There's an imam chanting in here. Has been chanting since the 1600s. They have constant chant.
No el escudo, lo que recubre.
Well, see, this is John the Baptist. Skull arm in Rome. But this place is pretty artistically done well too. Tons of money in here. Some of these tiles were made over in Cappadocia. Apparently, this is from the prophet Abraham, they think. And this they aren't sure, but the dating says it could be. But these tiles, some of them were acquired by different people, and we were told that a tile about this big, which is maybe 8 by 8, sold for $500,000 at auction. And here's some swords. So, Muhammad. I think that's Muhammad's sandal. Tooth from him in there. Boot. Some of his swords up there. The bow. Ooh. These are different weapons and swords from Khalidia. What is more over this way? Caliphs, swords. weapons and outfits. And more weapons. Of course. Alright, we just went by the holy relics and walking through the courtyard here again. I don't think I'm going over to the treasury. It's wet, damp, and cold today. This is where we got our lecture. We heard that every new sultan that came around tried to build a palace. We saw the first one the other day, and then the one on the river was the last one because they used so much money. And people just finally revolted and said, hey, we don't need another palace. GoPro, stop recording. And a little bit too close for that. So these are muskets, and they're trench rifles from different centuries. Got more muskets over this way. These are pretty decorative, but I think they were also useful.
Rifles.
We've got ammo belts.
Flask. What's a flask? Oh, the thing in the middle
That's
might be
where
a
they
flask.
made their bullets out of here.
Oh, there's a flask. Is that
That's
this
gunpowder. You put gunpowder in that. And then there's a rod on it that stuffs it in.
Oh, a powder flask.
Yeah.
Shields. Oh, look at the helmets.
Yeah. This is body
some
armor.
1/8 stuff.
Oh, sorry. More swords and other. Some of these swords are so damn long. I don't know how you pull them out to fight with them. There's some more helmets. See that?
What is that?
Helmet. Different helmets with chainmail around them.
For pictures
Yeah.
or movies.
Yep. Here's a whole thing of chainmail over here.
That's kind of heavy.
It is, but it kept the sword from cutting through.
Wait to avoid being stabbed, huh?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. 15th century. Well, imagine the
wasn't-
women sitting someone else together.
Yeah, it wasn't like you, blacksmith probably did that. But it wasn't like you rode somewhere to battle. You know, you rode a horse with all this stuff on it. You're still weighing your body down.
Some beautiful piece.
Yeah, different,
It says it is, so the beauty is just to kill people.
yeah. These are more Ottoman
This one is like
weapons.
the one on that map you thought was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good tool.
That was the 19th century.
Yeah,
As you're coming up to the hangar,
yeah.
dagger.
And the different bows. and arrows.
Arrow breaks. Oh my
These are
God!
Ottoman
One of those
bows
things in your
made-
side, John.
Yeah, this is
So
maple.
does that go in, and then the wood goes in behind it?
It'll go through you sometimes.
Jesus! Oh my God! That's the bow band over there.
It's called a quiver. Yes, oh yeah, that's one. That's pretty.
The money and beauty they put into
So
killing.
you remember those two spears that you saw when we came in?
Yeah.
This is them right here. Yeah, and look at this guy.
What is that for?
Different maces that they
What did
used.
he do that? That's all steel?
Yeah, it's